We're here with Tyler today, Coach T, as they say.
What's up?
Today we are talking upshots.
Yes, we are.
We're here at Renaissance, the Gray course, one of Charlotte's hidden gems that a lot of locals haven't really even played.
True.
We're going to throw some holes, but mostly we're going to take our time on the greens, and Tyler's going to teach us how to throw upshots.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot of fun things, and I'm so excited to teach everybody.
You going to ace hole one, skip-a-roo? Oh, you're right up there with me, except 70 feet farther.
All right, Dylan. So you find yourself at about 120 feet to the pin, and we got to throw an upshot, and we want to just put it right under the basket so that we don't even have to worry about this hole. We eliminate any stress of a putt. So the upshot is the key part of this, making sure we don't have stress, right?
Yeah, I haven't been practicing my putting, so I kind of want to get a little close here.
There you go. Exactly. Exactly. So when it comes to the upshot, the first things we want to make sure that we have situated first is our alignment to the basket and the shot shape that we are trying to create. So for me, on this sort of upshot, I'm going to do a standstill. I'm going to have my front foot, so that means my throwing arm leg. So my front leg is going to stagger a little off my back leg. This is going to allow me to easily reach back on a straight line going towards the direction of the basket that I'm aiming at. Now, some really important things that you have to keep in mind when you're doing these upshots is your weight shift and how hard you reach back. You want it to be very minimal. You want this to feel almost like, imagine you're on a skateboard or a surfboard or a snowboard and you're just cruising down the street. You're not going fast. That's how your lean should feel as you're going into your reach back. Just a little bit of a bob back and forth. And when we get our weight shifted onto the back leg is when we know we're ready to then fire from the back leg and shoot the arm out. The arm does not reach in a full extension back.
Okay.
The arm just, what I say, it just pokes back. It just pushes back, just a little push. Boom. And then you snap it through. Where everybody messes up is, although we have a shorter, more condensed reach back and rotation away from the target, we are still fully committing through the shot, through the throw. So an analogy I like to use is, I want you to imagine, perfect, we have a bunch of them right here. I want you to imagine there's like a little stick hanging right in front of your body, and your upshot has to kind of break that stick in half. So you would, look at that, broke perfectly in half. You would actually put power and purpose behind that. Everybody messes up because they try to then
they try to fluff it.
Yeah, they fluff it or they try to guide it. It's still a committed throw. It's just from a less loaded place of power.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Another thing you said that I really like, I've actually never heard anyone say this before. A reason for a staggered stance with your legs allows it to be much easier to keep this arm in a straight line. I've never heard that before, so that's really great.
Cool.
That's very awesome. I like that. So should I go flippy, neutral? We'll go over this in more depth later. Do you think overstable, neutral, or flippy? Neutral?
Neutral, yep.
Okay. I'm just going to fire. I'm not even going to think about it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, beautiful. A little bit of wind grab there, but good. Okay, now go overstable, same thing. Good. Now go flippy and play the hyzer flip off left, turning right.
Okay. I'm going to, so can I position my body a little more
exactly
towards this left side?
Yeah, now that you're aiming more left, you would want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, good, good. And then watch me do it. Just like that.
That's buttery biscuit right there.
Yeah, a little too much. Well, yeah, it wasn't perfect, but yeah.
All right, first up shots of the day here. I had 3 shots, basically all in the bullseye. This is Tyler's drive.
Yeah, and this is important because it's hard to get this close on this hole.
Yeah, this is a seldom birdied hole.
No!
Oh yeah.
Go. Now we're at about 230, 250 feet, and sometimes throwing a standstill from this distance for certain people, it may not be as comfortable, so you want to do your full X step, okay? Well, here are some things to keep in mind. We're not throwing a full power shot, which means we have to adjust our X step a little bit to allow ourselves to still get the fluid motion of the X step without putting too much power behind the throw. So what I do in these situations is I tell myself, I call it being a ninja. You ever hang out, or excuse me, you ever at home and you don't want to wake people up in the middle of the night when you got to go get a glass of water or something like that, and you're kind of like tiptoeing around the house, okay? It's a similar kind of feeling. So I'm getting to my disc and I'm just sort of tiptoeing. I'm not stupidly exaggerating it, but that's sort of the feeling you should have when I do my X step. Instead of doing a hard, full run up, it's more of a graceful, controlled, kind of composed run up. And that allows me to still throw firm with my arm without having as much lower body power into the shot.
So still break the stick, but with sneaky footwork.
Exactly. So you're a ninja breaking the stick at night in your house to get some water.
And then do it with the stable, neutral, or flip dog.
I say definitely not the flip dog here because we got OB on the right, but you want to go neutral or stable.
I'm going to try the neutral. I'm going to be like extra sneaky.
You want to see me do it first though? To kind of.
Can I try? I'm just right here. I'm just right here.
You got it, dude. You got it.
I'm feeling sneaky.
Ooh, you're doing great. Come on, get on the shelf. Yes, bro. My guy, dude.
The sneakiness felt good. I kind of throw like that anyway, I feel like.
Yeah, some people do, just like a Zach Nash kind of has that a little bit where he's just like, oh, kaboom, right?
Yeah, true.
But we're not kabooming it. And I'm also not taking as much distance away from my lie. I'm closer to it than I normally would be on a drive. And I juiced it trying to ace it, but yeah. It's the idea.
Still break the stick too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
On every shot, break the stick.
Yes.
Almost always break the stick.
Yep.
This is why they call him Death Putt Tyler. Look at that, it's so beautiful. DPT, Death Putt Tyler, strikes again. So I put my T-bird in a really weird spot here and I was about to throw this patent pending shot, and I told Tyler that this is my least favorite position in disc golf, and then he's like, wait, we have to film this. So
yeah, for sure. So I want to give a shout out to Philo Brathwaite for kind of teaching me this. But when you're in this position, go ahead and extend there. The big problem that people want is you got to make sure you're balanced first. So Dylan, yeah, he's got his balance now. And then the next thing is, it's very easy to want to reach back and round from this position because your torso is like already overturned to the target. Your hips and your torso are already overly rotated because you're standing backwards essentially to the target. So what you want to think is that it goes back to the concept we hit on earlier of when you reach back, you're actually almost reaching forward and back a little bit as opposed to around and back.
right.
So you're reaching it like imagine I'm just high-fiving you out in front of you, and that's going to help you stay on this line that we're trying to hit a little easier as opposed to reaching it over to me if I'm over here. If you reach it this way,
I'm gonna wind up going that way.
Exactly. So it's one of those things where it's like you kind of have to adjust.
All right. I'm really pinched, so we'll do our best here.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. It's that easy, huh?
There you go.
I mean, that worked out pretty good.
Yeah. That's a first for me. So what we got right here to do is a couple different options, right? So I can choose to come into this green with a neutral to stable disc and hyzer left side and kind of guarantee that I at least hit my landing zone, but I increase my odds of having a roll away, because anytime you enter a slope on hyzer, especially if the angle of the slope is counter to the angle of the hyzer, you risk the roll away. So it's better to actually match the angle of the slope as you come in when we're trying to not have a roll away. So you kind of got to pick your poison. The shot's more difficult to execute if we're matching the angle, but we have less of a likely chance of rolling away. But I think you should practice both options of trying to match the grain of the slope and just coming in on the grain of the slope. So
okay,
I'll do matching it first. So I'm gonna posture my body more to the left side of the target area, and try to turn the disc a little bit. Take a neutral disc that's not gonna turn over when I put it on a little bit of anhyzer. And that thing's way more stable than I think.
that's perfect though.
Yeah, I got like a 15 foot putt.
It seems like the critical thing is you don't have to perfectly match the angle, but you just kind of don't want to be here.
Yes.
Like this is kind of not good, like perpendicular to the hill.
Yeah.
But as long as you're like here or more like flat to Annie, it's gonna be fine. You know what's really tricky about this is if I over Annie it, I'm down the hill.
Yes.
So that's like, it's really easy to mess this up.
Oh, that's so good though. Literally perfect.
And then I'll try the super match angle. This is like super flippy disc.
Yeah, and that's just gonna keep turning.
Hit this tree. No.
That's just the disc though. All right, and I'll do it too, so everybody knows that I'm pretty good at this. And now it's just gonna kind of drop.
Oh,
in. I got lucky.
oh, that's a good way to destroy your putters.
Yeah.
Just drill all of your putters into rocks. There it is.
Yep.
Oh, with the same rock like 4 times. But anyway, guys, if you want to book a lesson with Coach Tyler, hit him up on Instagram. I'll link that in the description below. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. We will come out and do forehand upshots another day when my shoulder feels better. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you comment down below, hit the like button. You got any closing thoughts for everybody?
Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for having me on the channel, Dylan.
Of course.
Always a great time. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. Happy to have you guys reach out to me on my Instagram page. That's where I do most of my communication for my disc golf career. And also you can find me on YouTube at Waz Disc Golf. I'll be uploading more content. I'm really getting better at making videos as we speak. So thanks for following along, everyone. And I do read the comments y'all post, and I appreciate some of your really nice things y'all have said about me on Dylan's channel. So thank you.
Anyway, see you guys. Take care.